My beloved child, today I come to deliver a word that cannot be overlooked, a message heaven itself has preserved and prepared to place into your hands in this very moment. I know that throughout your life there have been many times you sat in silence carrying questions you could not share with anyone. There have been moments when you lifted your eyes toward the sky longing for a sign, a ray of light, a confirmation that you are not alone on this rugged journey. And now I say to you, this is the sign you have been waiting for. This is the reminder that heaven does not turn away, that your God has never abandoned you, and that his angels still walk beside you even in your darkest paths. My child, listen closely, for these words are not coincidence. This is not a message that has simply stumbled into your life. This is divine arrangement, holy orchestration, meant to awaken your soul and open your heart to a greater reality. A veil has long covered your vision, making you believe that everything was mere chance, that life was nothing more than a string of meaningless events. But I declare to you, nothing in your life is accidental. Every tear you have shed has been remembered. Every sigh you have breathed has been heard. Every sleepless night when you whispered, "Lord, do you see me? Do you hear me?" Heaven has recorded them all as sacred prayers. And today the answer comes, not in silence, but in a resounding call, a declaration that you belong to me and that your destiny is far greater than you have ever imagined. Remember this, you did not walk through darkness only to be swallowed by it. You did not endure wounds only to live forever in brokenness. There is purpose hidden within every pain you have faced. Just as a seed must be buried in the soil, pressed down in darkness before it bursts forth into new life, so it is with you. I allowed trials to touch you, not to destroy you, but to shape your strength, to awaken a voice within you that you never knew, to mold you into the person I destined from the beginning. Do not think you have been abandoned in your trials. It is in the night that my light shines brightest. It is in weakness that my power is revealed in fullness. As it is written in 2 Corinthians 1:2-9, "My grace is sufficient for you, for my power is made perfect in weakness." My child, you were not created to collapse. You were chosen to rise strong and unshaken, a living testimony of God's faithfulness. There are those who have looked at you and assumed you would never rise. Harsh words have made you feel invisible, worthless in their eyes. But I tell you, your worth is not determined by human opinion, nor by their acceptance or rejection. Your value is sealed by my own hand, the hand of the Creator, who knit you together in your mother's womb and knew your name before the world knew of your existence. When they turned away, my eyes still remained on you. When they denied you, I still called you. When they thought your story was finished, I opened a new chapter filled with light, hope, and blessing. I see the weariness in your soul. I know the days when you tried to appear strong while trembling inside, unsure if you had the strength to continue. I know the nights when you wanted to give up because you saw nothing but emptiness ahead. But hear me now, your weariness is not a signal of the end, but a whisper of a new beginning. When the harvest is near, the stalk bends under the weight. When dawn is about to break, the night grows darkest. So do not fear this heaviness. It is the confirmation that you stand on the threshold of abundance, that your morning is about to dawn. You have never been forgotten. You have never been cast aside. You have never been excluded from my plan. On the contrary, every step you have taken, though it may have seemed scattered or meaningless, has been within my divine design. I was the one who kept you, even when you felt you were holding on by a single fragile thread. I was the one who shielded you, even when unseen dangers circled near. I was the one who lifted you when you fell and thought you could never rise again. You, my child, are the living proof that I have never left you, and I never will. So listen with all your heart. Do not let the noise of life, the weight of doubt, or the voices of others distract you from this word. It is spoken directly to you. It comes to awaken the memory of your soul, to call your name among the multitude, to remind you that a new season is coming, and you are the one chosen to step into it. Prepare your spirit. Open your heart wide. Trust that he who began a good work in you will be faithful to complete it until the very end. Philippians 1:6. You do not walk alone. I am here. And I speak this over you. What is coming will change everything you once believed was impossible. My beloved child, the time has come for you to understand that what you are experiencing is not a coincidence, but a sign of a profound transformation. A boundary is being drawn before your eyes, the line between what has been and what is yet to come, between the one who once fell and the one who will rise and stand in the light. I do not call you back to reopen your wounds, but to recognize that every crack within your heart is proof that I am shaping something new. Look back on the days that have passed, not to grieve, but to see that you are still here, still breathing, and that alone is evidence that my grace has never departed from you. My child, I have seen the moments when you tried to hold back your tears to appear strong. I have watched you bow your head, believing no one cared about your pain. But even in those moments, my angels surrounded you, keeping you from the abyss. Do not mistake my silence for abandonment. Do not assume unanswered prayers mean rejection. No, beloved, it is preparation. There are things I withheld from you for a time, not to harm you, but to strengthen you, so that when the promise came, you would be able to bear it. If you had received it too early, the weight would have crushed your soul. But now you have endured trials, and you have grown wiser, deeper, stronger. This is the moment for me to unveil before you the very things I promised. Understand this: true healing does not arrive in a single instant, but unfolds through a journey. People may believe you are whole because they see you smile, because they watch you move forward. Yet I see deeper. I know the hidden aches of your heart when memories of betrayal resurface. I know the silent nights when grief tightens your chest. You were never truly healed by the passing of time, but by my hand upon your life. As Psalm 147:3 declares, He heals the brokenhearted and binds up their wounds. My child, I have already begun that work of healing in you, and now it is being brought to completion. Each step you take away from pain draws you closer to freedom. Every tear lifted to heaven is a seed planted, destined to yield a harvest of comfort, peace, and new joy. Do not fear when the past echoes in your mind. Do not think those memories hold power to define you. You are no longer bound by old stories. I have called you out of them into the new page I am writing. The past is only a bridge you crossed, not a room to dwell in. Believe this with all your heart. You are no longer the person of yesterday. Even the one you were a month ago no longer exists. I am renewing your mind, expanding your soul, and transforming you into someone unshakable by darkness, someone unbound by lies. My child, there are dreams you thought were lost forever. There are visions you set aside, believing they could never come true. But I tell you, the seeds I planted in you from the beginning will never die. They may be buried beneath the ashes of disappointment, but the flame has never gone out. Now the wind of my spirit is blowing, igniting once more what you believed had perished. You think it is too late, but I say you are right on time. You think you are not enough, but I say, my grace makes you more than sufficient. You think the story has ended, but I declare it has only just begun. There will be those who cannot understand your change. They will be astonished by the light in your eyes, the strength in your steps. They may whisper in the shadows, question, judge, even doubt. But do not waste your heart on their voices. Remember, you do not live to please people, but to fulfill my will. Let your light blaze, for you are destined to guide those still wandering in darkness. Let truth resound in you, for you are called to break the unseen chains binding generations. You are my instrument, and you will stand as a testimony that darkness can never overcome light. So rise up now. Do not look behind you. What is past holds no power over you anymore. A new chapter is unfolding, and you are its central figure. Let your heart be lifted with faith. Let your soul burn with hope. You are no longer small. You are no longer invisible. You are no longer chained by fear. You are a bearer of fire, chosen to set a whole land ablaze with light. And I say to you, this is your moment. This is the hour heaven has awaited to witness your rising. My beloved child, open your heart to receive what I am about to declare. I know there were times you wondered if you were foolish for sensing invisible tremors, when your heart raced without reason, when your soul whispered that something was shifting. But I assure you, this was no imagination. It is the truth. It is the heavenly call, echoing through every breath, every silence, every night you thought you were alone. It is my Spirit who placed within you the ability to perceive change before human eyes can see it. You were created with a spiritual instinct to discern what the world deems impossible. And now that very instinct is summoning you, urging you, stirring you to prepare for a breakthrough that cannot be reversed. I know these past days have felt like a battle, not only an outward struggle, but a war within your mind and soul. You have been torn between faith and doubt, between hope and despair, between silence and the longing to hear my voice. Yet remember this, it is in this very battle that you are being trained to grow strong. Just as a soldier must endure rigorous training before stepping onto the battlefield, so your soul has been strengthened through trial. The times you thought you could not rise again, but still you did, those moments testify that your strength does not come from yourself, but from the one who upholds you. Do not think you are weak because you have trembled, for in that trembling you learned how to cling tightly to my hand, and when you grasped it, you were never alone in this journey. My child, I know the whispers that surround you, the judging glances, the conversations you never heard, but that I did. I have seen how they measured you from afar. I have heard the words they exchanged in secret. Yet take comfort, none of this can alter the plan I have written for you. Though they may doubt, though they may mock, though they may turn away, I remain faithful to fulfill my word. As it is written in Isaiah 5:11, so is my word that goes out from my mouth. It will not return to me empty, but will accomplish what I desire and achieve the purpose for which I sent it. So it is with the promise over your life, it will never return void. It will bloom in its season, and when it blooms, no one can stop it. Do not be afraid when everything around you seems to shift quickly. Do not tremble when you feel a strange energy stirring within your soul. I want you to know that this is the sign of alignment. I am rearranging everything around you, removing what no longer belongs, and bringing in what is truly necessary for the journey ahead. Relationships that have fractured are not punishments but protections. Closed doors are not rejections but positioning. Dreams once delayed were not failures but preparation, so that when the season arrives, you will be ready to step in and hold fast. Let this truth be etched into your soul. You are not late, and you have not missed your moment. Your life is not a random string of mistakes. Every step, every turn, every fall, and every rising together, they are weaving a greater tapestry. One you will only fully see when you look back and recognize my hand painting each stroke. You are standing exactly where and when I have appointed you. And now you are called to cross the threshold, to shed the old shell, and to put on the fullness of who you truly are. You are the living proof that darkness does not have the final word, that betrayal cannot kill, hope that pain cannot extinguish love, that failure cannot bury destiny. My child, remember this: you wept, yet you still loved. You were wounded, yet you still forgave. You were abandoned, yet you still rose again. And because of this, heaven rises with you. The angels rejoice to see that you did not give up. The heavens celebrate because you chose faith over fear. And I, your Creator, look upon you with indescribable joy. because you are the testimony that light still shines, that truth still triumphs, that faith still matters. So hesitate no longer. Your time has come. Walk forward without wavering, for the preparation is complete. Lift your head high, for you are no longer a victim, you are victorious. Open your heart wide, for you are no longer chained, you are free. Walk in faith, for you are no longer lost, you are guided. You are not just one among millions. You are a living witness that God still moves, still loves, still transforms. And now I declare to you, a new season has dawned, and you are the one heaven has chosen to write its next chapter. My beloved child, you have often felt strange stirrings in your soul that even you could not explain. Sometimes it was a sudden stillness that quickened your heartbeat, sometimes a recurring dream you could not ignore, sometimes a number that appeared again and again before your eyes, or a coincidence so small yet so persistent it left you restless. And you wondered, is this just my imagination, or is there something greater behind it? I tell you now, it is not coincidence, it is my intervention. These signs are not meant to frighten you, but to awaken your spiritual sensitivity. They are like a persistent knocking at the door, reminding you that heaven is waiting for you to open and respond. I have reached out to you many times. Not once, not twice, but through countless circumstances, countless people, countless events. When a door suddenly closed, it was not merely a failure, it was guidance. When a relationship fractured, it was not only pain, it was deliverance to move you into the new. When a dream came so vividly that you could not dismiss it, it was not an illusion, it was my message. Yet because you doubted, because you feared it was your imagination, you overlooked many of those whispers. And now I must speak more clearly so that you can no longer ignore my call. My beloved child, I will never remain silent to punish you. If there are moments when you feel my absence, it is because I am teaching you to seek my presence more deeply. I want you to learn to listen not only with your ears but with your heart, not only to see with your eyes but with faith. I want you to recognize that every sign around you carries a voice, and each voice is drawing you closer to me. As the scripture in Jeremiah 2:9-13 declares, "You will seek me and find me when you seek me with all your heart." My child, I long for you to search for me wholeheartedly, for in that place you will uncover the wonders that have been hidden in your life all along. There have been many times when you felt a stirring inside and did not understand why. Sometimes you stepped into a room and your spirit grew heavy, as though something was not right. Sometimes you spoke with someone and unease rose within you as though their words were not sincere. Sometimes you prepared to take an action, but deep within you heard a quiet restraint. Do not. You dismissed it, thinking it was nothing more than anxiety. But I tell you now, that was the voice of my spirit within you. You have been given discernment, a precious gift to guard your soul from snares. Do not take it lightly anymore. Listen. Honor those inner promptings, for they are not fleeting emotions but warnings and guidance from me. My child, you are living in a crucial moment. There is a shifting in the spirit realm that human eyes cannot see but your soul can feel. Just as the wind is unseen, yet makes the fields of grain bow so you cannot see my movement directly, but you can see its effect upon your life. Every change around you, whether small or great, is a sign that I am clearing the way. Do not fear when things no longer remain as they once were. Do not cling to what has departed, for if something could leave, then it was never meant to accompany you into what is ahead. I know you sometimes wonder, why doesn't he speak more plainly? Why must I discern his will through signs? Beloved, it is because I want you to live in relationship with me, not in mechanical obedience. I do not desire you to be a machine that merely follows commands, but a soul that loves, seeks, and listens. True love is not compulsion, it is a voluntary response. I want you to learn to walk by faith, not by absolute certainty in what you see. For faith is the key that unlocks hidden treasures, and faith will take you where human reason cannot. Pause and reflect. If not for these events, would you have sought me so earnestly? If not for the silence, would you have prayed with such sincerity? If not for those subtle signs, would your spirit have opened to recognize my presence? That is why you must never despise what seems ordinary. These are the heartbeats of heaven echoing in your life. They are reminders that I am still here, that you are still covered, that you have never been forgotten. So focus your heart to listen. Pay attention to the little things, for often in the smallest moments I reveal the greatest mysteries. Do not think that spiritual awakening comes only through strange dreams or mighty miracles. No, my child, it may come through a passing word, a brief encounter, or a quiet stillness where suddenly your heart is at peace. Open your eyes, open your ears, and above all, open your heart. For I speak not only through the thunder, not only through the rushing wind, but through the gentle whisper within you, and those who hear will find abundant life. My beloved child, I know you have often asked why what you prayed for has not come, why you have had to wait so long, why my promises seem delayed again and again. You have seen others move forward. You have watched them receive what they longed for, while you still kneel in silence, still pouring out prayers through tears. And you wondered, has the Lord forgotten me? My child, I want you to know that delay is not neglect. Waiting is not rejection. Everything has its season, and the timing I have appointed for you is more perfect than anything you could imagine. Think of the potter shaping clay. He does not rush to place the clay into the fire before it has been properly formed, for if he does, it will crack and break. So it is with you. I will never hastily place into your hands what you are not yet ready to carry. If you received it too soon, it would weigh heavily upon your soul and turn from blessing into burden. But when I allow you to wait, it is because I am molding, shaping, and preparing you to be a vessel strong enough to hold what is great. Trust me, for I am the one who knows when the clay is ready for the fire, and when the fire will transform it into something of great worth. My child, in the waiting there are lessons you could never receive in haste. Only when you are called to be patient do you truly learn how to place your trust fully in me. Only when you endure long, weary days do you discover that real strength does not come from yourself but from my Spirit within you. Only when you face silence do you realize that my voice is not found solely in glory but also in the simple, the quiet, and the small. I have taught you to pray not only when you are in need, but when you simply long to rest in my presence. I have taught you to worship not only in victory, but even in the night. And these lessons are the foundation that will keep you standing firm when the new season arises. Those who walked before you also had to wait. Abraham waited many years to see the promise of descendants fulfilled. Joseph was sold into slavery and imprisoned before becoming governor of Egypt. David dwelled in caves for years before being anointed king. They endured delay, but that delay was the furnace of preparation. And when the appointed time came, no man, no force, no power could hinder my plan for them. My child, your story will be the same. Waiting does not mean abandonment. Waiting is the evidence that I am preparing you for something far greater than what you now imagine. There are moments when you feel lost in a desert, walking endlessly without seeing the destination. You want to let go because your strength is gone. But I tell you, even in the desert, I am your spring of water. Even in the wilderness, I feed you with bread from heaven. I have never left you lacking. Waiting is not an empty void, but a spiritual classroom. It is there you are taught to trust, to endure, to stand when the storms rise. And when the day comes for you to step into blessing, you will give thanks for the waiting itself, for it has made you stronger, deeper, humbler, and full of faith. I know there are days when you are weary from the long delay, when your heart feels drained. But remember this, not a single tear of yours is wasted. Not a single prayer of yours is ignored. Each one is stored as seed, and in its season it will burst into fruit. As Psalm 1265 says, "Those who sow in tears will reap with shouts of joy." You will reap in joy, in laughter, in abundance, and you will finally understand why the waiting was necessary. So do not rush ahead of my timing, and do not despair thinking you have been left behind. You are exactly where and when I have appointed you to be. As long as you continue to walk in faith, continue with perseverance, though your steps may tremble, continue in prayer, though your lips may grow tired, the day will come when I open the door. And when it comes, it will arrive suddenly, powerfully, leaving no doubt in your heart. You will know that every moment of waiting, every silence, every delay had its purpose. That purpose was to usher you into something greater, stronger, and more glorious. My child, I declare to you, the waiting will not last forever. Every journey has a destination, and every season has its appointed end. You have walked through long days that seemed hopeless, but now I want you to know that a shift is taking place. The veil is about to be lifted. What has long been hidden will soon be revealed. The prayers you have whispered, the cries you poured out in secret, the tears shed in the night, all of them have gathered to open a new door, and you will be the one to walk through it. Do not think you are too late. Do not fear that the opportunity has passed you by. This moment was designed specifically for you, and you are standing at the very edge of something miraculous. I see your heart still trembling. You fear that when the door opens, you will not have the courage to enter. You fear the change will be too great, that it will sweep you away. You fear you are unworthy of what I have promised. But I tell you, do not let fear steal what I have prepared. You will not walk by your own strength, but by mine. You will not hold the blessing by your own ability, but by my grace that surrounds you. You do not need perfection to be chosen. It is your weakness that reveals my power most clearly. All I ask is that you dare to whisper, "Yes, I believe." That simple yes is enough to move heaven, enough to open the door you thought would never open. Understand this. This transition is not the end of what you have endured, but the beginning of a new chapter. Your past, with all its wounds and tears, will now become the foundation upon which something unshakable is built. Your pain is no longer a chain, but evidence that you have survived. Your scars are no longer shameful, but marks of my healing. Your falls are no longer failures, but proof that you have learned to rise. You will not enter this new season empty-handed, but carrying treasures of experience, faith, and strength that no one can take away. My child, I want you to remember that transformation does not always arrive with noise and clamor. It often comes quietly. Just as a seed begins to sprout beneath the soil where no eye can see, yet in its time it breaks through the hardened ground, so too has change already begun in your life. And now it is about to surface for all to witness. When they see it, they will marvel. They will wonder how you are still standing, how you keep moving forward, how the light remains in your eyes after all you have endured. And there will be only one answer, because my hand has been with you. Prepare your heart. A new wave is coming, bringing freedom, healing, and the confirmation you have long awaited. I am leading you out of prolonged silence, out of the confined rooms where your voice was suppressed. I will cause your words to carry farther, your light to shine brighter, and your steps to grow stronger. This is the season when the light within you can no longer be hidden. This is the moment when truth will rise and falsehood will crumble. This is the hour when you will finally see that every waiting season was worth it, for it has brought you to a place beyond your wildest dreams. Do not forget what I declared in Isaiah 6:01, "Arise, shine, for your light has come, and the glory of the Lord rises upon you." That was not only spoken to a people long ago, but it is my word for you today. Arise, for you are no longer bound by darkness. Shine, for my glory covers you. You are no longer hidden in obscurity. You have been appointed to step forward, to radiate, to carry light into places where others see only shadows. And your very presence will be the answer to weary souls searching for hope. So walk in trust. Let your heart be strong, for I go ahead of you to clear the way. Let your soul be at peace, for I stand behind you as your guard. Let your faith remain steady, for I walk beside you as your guide. Doubt no longer. The time has come. The shift has begun. Every hope you carried, every prayer you offered, every tear you shed, they are converging to open a new season, a new chapter, a new promise. You are the central figure in this plan, and I say to you now, rise up, lift your head, and step forward, for the glory I ordained for you is right before your eyes. My beloved, I want to uncover for you a reality that has long been veiled. There are things hidden beneath masks, truths buried under lies, actions that seemed harmless, yet carried hidden motives. You have asked yourself, why do I feel uneasy when I am among them? Why do I sense I do not belong, even when I have poured out love sincerely? That unease was not without cause. It was the whisper of my spirit within you, warning you that there are schemes in the shadows, plans not born out of love, but out of envy, jealousy, and selfish ambition. But today I declare to you the veil is being lifted, and what has long been concealed will no longer remain hidden. Do not fear the truth. Do not tremble when what you once avoided now comes into the open. Truth may sting for a moment, but it is also the beginning of healing. I know you have often convinced yourself of a false peace, persuading yourself that all was well while your soul knew it was not. I allow truth to rise, not to crush you, but to set you free. You cannot walk in freedom while bound to illusions. You cannot enter the new season while clinging to what is false. That is why the light now shines, to show you what belongs to you and what does not, who truly stands with you and who only pretends. My child, I know the memory of betrayal still pierces your heart. You remember the night when you placed your trust in someone only to be met with cold silence or a knife in the back. You think you have forgotten, but deep down your soul has never truly forgotten. It has been engraved there, and at times the wound still throbs when a small detail brings it back. You may think this pain is a sign of weakness, but no, my child, it is proof that your heart is capable of deep love, of wholehearted trust, and therefore it knows how to ache when betrayed. Yet I declare to you, in that very breaking, you were destined to learn how to rise, to discover strength, not born of man but of me. In betrayal, you learned that I am the one who never abandons you. See this as a holy exchange. When truth is revealed, false people will depart, but those I send in truth will enter. When lies are stripped away, truth will become your firm foundation. When relationships crumble, I will rebuild them with new bonds, strong, faithful, and enduring. No longer will you exhaust yourself trying to hold on to those who were never meant for you, nor compromise with things that drain your soul. I am clearing away so that the empty spaces can be filled with true blessing. My child, remember that light always exposes what darkness seeks to hide. Do not be surprised when truth surfaces in ways you did not expect. Do not be shocked when those you once thought loyal reveal another face. Do not grieve when what seemed solid collapses, for it was never a true foundation. As the scripture says in Matthew 7:2-4-25, therefore everyone who hears these words of mine and puts them into practice is like a wise man who built his house on the rock. The rain came down, the streams rose, and the winds blew and beat against that house, yet it did not fall because it had its foundation on the rock. My child, I am rebuilding your life upon the true rock, not upon lies or pretense. Do not mourn what is falling apart, for it was never lasting. Rejoice instead, for I am raising up what is new, enduring, steadfast, and glorious. You may feel fear at the changes, because you do not know what the future holds, who will remain and who will leave. But this you must know, no matter what changes around you, I do not change. My word stands firm. My love remains complete. My promise is secure. You will never have to walk through chaos alone, for I am always your foundation, your refuge, your resting place where you will never be forsaken. You do not need to predict everything ahead. You only need to trust that I am clearing the path and that every truth revealed will serve as a blessing for you, not a curse. I know you have been weary from carrying burdens for too long, but from this day forward you no longer need to bear them alone. Let me be the one who carries them. Let me be the light that guides your steps. Let me be the one who fights for you. All you need is to keep your faith, keep your obedience, and walk with courage. When you choose light, darkness withdraws. When you choose truth, deception loses its grip. When you choose faith, doubt begins to fade. Therefore, do not run, do not hide, do not fear. Believe that every unveiling of truth is under my control, and I will cause it to serve my greater purpose for your life. You will no longer be bound by shadows. You will no longer be restrained by pretense. You will be free, delivered, and ready to step into a new season with steady feet and a heart full of light. This is the beginning of the journey I have long prepared for you. And you will see that all you have endured was worth it, for it has brought you to this very moment. My beloved child, listen closely, for what I declare now is the key that unlocks your soul's freedom. You have carried burdens that were never yours to bear, the pain of others' silence, the weight of broken promises, the sting of judgmental eyes, and the ache of doors slammed shut without reason. Many times you felt small, invisible, excluded from circles where others seemed to decide your worth. But today I come to affirm this: you were never destined to live in the shadow of deception. You were created to shine, to break chains unseen, not only for yourself, but for the generations before and after you. My child, your soul has been woven with threads of destiny. Before you were ever formed in your mother's womb, I knew you. I called you by name, and I placed a promise upon your life. That promise cannot be erased by betrayal. It cannot be stolen by jealousy. It cannot be buried by cruel words. You were destined to rise as a witness that darkness does not write the final chapter. You are the proof that a heart once broken can become a vessel filled with light. I know you have often asked, why me? Why must I bear so many trials? Hear me. Beloved, it is because you are chosen. It is because there is a calling on your life far greater than what your eyes can see. People may think you are just an ordinary person, but in the spiritual realm you are a flame, a voice, a sign that God still moves in this world. You do not live for yourself alone. You live to break curses that have lingered for generations. You live to open a path that your family has never walked. You live to prove that true love can heal wounds that seemed impossible to mend. Remember this every time you choose forgiveness over revenge, a chain is broken. Every time you choose love over hatred, a door opens for healing. Every time you choose trust over despair, a seed of hope is planted for the generations after you. You are not weak when you shed tears. Within those tears I have sown strength. You are not alone when you walk through isolation. In that solitude I have walked beside you, and you are not meaningless when you feel forgotten. In that silence I have counted every beat of your heart. I want you to look in the mirror and see the truth. You are no longer a victim. You are not the product of someone else's mistakes. You are not the reflection of cruel judgment. You are the image of the Almighty. You are a masterpiece woven with love and grace. And within you I am doing something new. Do not let the past tell you that you are not enough. Do not let old memories lock you in fear. Do not let gossip silence you. You were destined to speak, to live, to walk in strength. You are the testimony that even after many falls, light can blaze again. My child, remember that the light within you is not for you alone. It will shine for those groping in darkness. It will be a lighthouse for those drifting in the sea of life. It will be a fire warming those who feel abandoned. You do not need the recognition of crowds, for true light does not need promotion. It only needs to be lit, and the darkness will retreat. When you live in truth, when you walk in light, your very life becomes a testimony stronger than any sermon. I know this is not easy. I know you still tremble at the thought of facing truth, of facing the eyes of others, of facing old pain. But I declare to you, do not fear, for I am with you. As it is written in Joshua 1:9, be strong and courageous. Do not be afraid, do not be discouraged, for the Lord your God will be with you wherever you go. That promise is yours today. I go before you to prepare the way. I go behind you to protect you. I walk beside you to uphold you. No enemy can touch you unless they pass through. My protection first, my beloved, this is why I have chosen you. This is why you have walked through what you have endured. Not to crush you, but to prepare you. Not to make you fall, but to teach you how to rise. Not to steal your worth, but to reveal your true value. And now I declare to you, you are no longer defined by darkness, you are defined by light. You are no longer one left behind. You are called to go before, to make a way, to roar with hope in the midst of a groaning generation. This is your moment, and heaven is waiting for your yes. My child, I want you to see that everything which once held you captive is dissolving. The chains of fear, the walls of silence, the veil of pretense, they no longer have power over you. You have lived too long beneath the weight of burdens that were never meant to be yours. You have carried others' pain until you nearly forgot yourself. You have remained silent when your voice could have pierced the darkness. But today I declare to you, you are no longer bound. You are free. And this freedom is not temporary, but everlasting, purchased by the love of the one who redeemed you. Let this truth sink deep into your heart. You are not too broken to be healed. You are not too stained to be cleansed. You are not too far gone to return. I have seen every hidden tear, I have heard every cry within you, and I have come to turn ashes into beauty, brokenness into a masterpiece, weakness into strength. Nothing you have endured is meaningless. Even your mistakes, even your wounds, even your losses, all of them are being woven by my hand into a flawless tapestry where every thread has a purpose. I know you have asked, do I have the strength to go on? Am I truly worthy to be chosen? My child, hear me. You are enough. You have always been enough, not because of perfection, but because you are covered in grace. You are a vessel of a divine treasure. You carry my very breath within you. You are the reflection of the Creator Himself. Do not measure yourself by human eyes, nor imprison yourself in the lies that once made you tremble. You are defined by truth, and the truth is this: you are loved, you are chosen, you are entrusted with a calling that cannot be replaced. So rise with courage. Step out of the shadows as one who has found the light. Lift your head high as one who belongs to the Almighty. Walk in confidence, not in human confidence, but in the certainty of my promise. When you walk, doors will open. When you speak, your voice will carry weight. When you pray, your prayers will touch heaven. And when you stand in a place, the light within you will scatter the darkness around you. You no longer need permission to exist, for I have placed you on this earth with purpose. You do not need to prove your worth to those unwilling to see, for your worth is sealed by the hands that formed you. My beloved, I am raising you to be the roar of hope for this generation. What you have endured was not only to refine you, but so that you might lift others. You will say to them, I once fell, but I rose again. I was betrayed, but I still chose love. I was alone, but the hand of God held me. Your testimony will carry power, for it is written in blood and tears and faith tested by fire. And as you tell your story, many souls will rise, many hearts will be healed, many lives will be transformed. Know this, my child, the light within you cannot be extinguished. Though the enemy tried countless times to smother it, it still burns. Though darkness tried to cover it, it still shines. Even when you thought you had only a flicker left, I say to you that flicker will become a torch, and that torch will become a blazing fire consuming the gloom of the land. You are the bearer of light, and that light is not for you alone. It is to illuminate the path for those still wandering. Let go of fear, cast off shame, lay down the burdens you no longer need to carry. The silence is over. The season of darkness has closed. You are being called to step into light, to live as the one I designed you to be from the beginning. This is the moment for you to receive freedom, healing, and calling. This is the time for you to stand as living proof that grace transforms, that love heals, that truth sets free. You are no longer in the old, you are stepping into the new. And I declare to you, walk boldly now, for all of heaven is waiting for your rising. My beloved child, you have walked through the doors of darkness, and now you stand at the threshold of an entirely new journey. I want you to understand that transformation is not merely an outward change, but a recreation from the very roots. You are not only called to leave behind the place where you once were, but to become a new person, a soul realigned to heaven's design. Everything you have gone through was not in vain. They were the very bricks that I have used to lay a new foundation beneath your feet this day. The change I am working in you is not like taking off an old garment and putting on a new one. It is deeper. It is like a seed cracking open in the earth, dying to its old form so that new life can rise. I am breaking the shell of fear, insecurity, and the lies that were spoken over you. This process may feel painful, for it requires letting go and facing what you once buried. But take heart, only when the shell breaks can new life emerge. And right now, that new life within you is beginning to rise. At times, you still look in the mirror and see the old reflection, weak, broken, wounded. But I tell you, that is no longer who you are. You have been transformed. You have been renewed. You have stepped out of the shadows to become a witness of light. I do not call you a failure. I call you a victor. I do not call you a victim. I call you chosen. I do not call you by the names that shamed you. I call you by the name I gave you from the beginning, a name filled with meaning, glory, and life. My child, embrace this repositioning, for you are not entering a new chapter for yourself alone. You are opening a doorway for others to follow. There are souls watching you, even if they never speak of it. There are hearts waiting for your rising, for when they see you stand, they will find the courage to stand. When they see you forgive, they will learn to forgive. When they see you walk in strength, they will be stirred to walk in strength. You are the reflection of my work, and your life will be the undeniable testimony that God still heals, still restores, still transforms. Know this transformation does not happen in a single day, but is forged through daily obedience. Each time you choose trust over doubt, you are being transformed. Each time you choose love over bitterness, you are being renewed. Each time you choose prayer over surrendering to despair, you are being raised up in power. Step by step, what once seemed impossible will become natural, for your soul is being reshaped by truth. Do not underestimate these small steps. They are the paving stones leading you to a greater destiny. I have not called you to live in temporary safety. I have called you into the adventure of faith. I did not design you to remain in comfort, but to step out, to risk, to believe that I am with you. Just as Peter stepped out of the boat and walked on water, you too are called to step out of your safety and trust that my hand will hold you. There will be moments when the winds rise and the waves roar, but remember, my eyes are always on you. The instant you call, I will reach for your hand and not let you sink. You may think you are not ready, but I say to you, you are prepared. Everything you have endured has matured your soul, softened your heart with love, and anchored your faith more deeply. You are no longer who you were 6 months ago. You are no longer who you were last year. You are not even who you were yesterday. I have been renewing you piece by piece, and now you are ready to step into the new season. So do not look back, for the past no longer has power over you. Walk forward with firm faith that I am clearing the way. Trust that every door that must open will open, everything that must leave will leave, and every blessing that must come will come. This is your moment. This is the season when you will see my hand at work, and you will know that all the days behind you were only preparation for this very moment, the moment of your repositioning, the moment you rise, the moment you step fully into who I destined you to be from the beginning. My child, I want you to understand this truth. No trial in your life has ever been meaningless. Every storm you endured, every moment you thought you would collapse, each one was permitted to shape your soul. I did not send suffering to destroy you, but I allowed the fire to touch you so that you might be refined like gold in the furnace. True gold does not fear the flames, for it is the fire that makes it pure and radiant. In the same way, you have walked through the fire not to be consumed, but to become a living testimony that my power can turn ashes into glory. Beloved, remember the days when you thought you had no strength left. You sat in silence with tears soaking your pillow, asking in your heart, "Why me? Why must I endure so much?" Yet it was in those very moments that I was closer to you than ever before. I counted every tear. I heard every unspoken sigh. And I upheld you even when you did not recognize it. There were times you thought you were hanging by a single fragile thread, yet that thread did not snap because I, myself, was the one holding it. Without me, you would not be standing here today. I allowed certain people to enter your life not so they would remain forever, but so they would leave an imprint on your journey. Some came to teach you love. Some came to teach you loss. Some came to teach you betrayal. And every experience, whether joyful or painful, became part of your training. I did not let a single moment go to waste. Even the deepest wounds have been used by me to teach you strength and compassion. Do not think your years were wasted. They are treasures I have used to prepare you for this very day. In every trial, I never left you. Even when you could not hear me, even when you thought I was silent, I was working behind the curtain. Like a gardener tending the soil, I was digging, pulling weeds, watering even when the seed had not yet sprouted. I was preparing the ground so that in due season your life would blossom. I know the waiting has wearied you, but remember, this delay is not abandonment. It is part of the plan to teach you trust. Take courage, my child. Every step you have taken has been drawing you closer to the fulfillment of my promise. Recall my words in Jeremiah 2:9-11, "For I know the plans I have for you, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you a hope and a future." Do you see? Your future has been written in peace, not destruction. My plan for you cannot be canceled by your mistakes, nor can it be stopped by another's betrayal. What I have begun, I will complete. What I have promised, I will fulfill. Look back over your journey and see clearly you are no longer who you once were. Trials have changed you. They have made you stronger, deeper, humbler. You have learned to love through pain. You have learned patience through waiting. You have learned to stand firm when storms raged. And now these very qualities will keep you steady when blessing arrives. Had you received it too early, you could not have held it. But now you are ready. You are strong enough to carry what I have prepared. I want you to lay down every burden that no longer belongs to you. Do not carry the weight of others' sins. Do not let their cruel words press on your shoulders. Do not let memories of betrayal make you tremble at the future. You no longer live in the shadow of the past. I have broken those chains. You are free. And this freedom is not just for you to enjoy it, is so you may lead others into the same release. Remember this: I have not chosen you merely to survive, but to be victorious. You have walked through fire and were not consumed. You have passed through waters and were not drowned. You have traveled through darkness and were not overcome, all because I was with you. And now I say to you, rise, step forward as one repositioned. Live as a witness of my faithfulness. Lift your head high, and know you are not the product of pain, but the result of a divine work shaped by my very hands. My beloved child, an old chapter has closed. What once held you, what once confused you, what once burdened your soul, none of it has power over you anymore. A new door has opened before you, not by human hands but by me, the one who holds the keys to every door. You do not need to fear that anyone can stop you, for when I open, no one can shut, and when I shut, no one can open. This is the appointed time I have set for you, and I say to you, step in without looking back. I know this shift may cause you to tremble, for what is new often carries uncertainty, and your heart seeks safety in the familiar. But hear me, child, true safety is not found in the familiar, but in my presence. No matter where you are, no matter what uncharted path you step into, I am with you. This is why you need not cling to what is old. Be brave to let go, for your hands cannot hold both past and future at once. To receive the new, you must be willing to release the old. And when you do, you will see my hand placing into yours things beyond all expectation. Understand that what I am doing is not just changing your circumstances, but transforming you. I am opening your eyes to see opportunities you once overlooked. I am opening your ears to hear my voice you once missed. I am opening your heart to receive deeper healing, truer peace, and lasting hope. You are not only entering a new season in the natural, but a new season in the spirit, a season where your faith will blossom, where your voice will carry weight, where your presence will bring change to others. Remember those times you thought you had been delayed too long. Recall the moments you believed every blessing had gone to others while you were forgotten. I declare to you, you were never forgotten. You never stepped outside of my plan. Every delay had purpose, and now you will see that purpose was protection and preparation. Had you received too soon, you would have lost it. Had you entered too quickly, you would have broken under the weight. But now, as you step in, you will keep it, you will flourish, and you will become living proof that my promises never fail. Do not let negative voices make you doubt yourself. Do not let old memories pull you backward. Do not let fear extinguish the flame burning within you. You are the evidence that even in the night light can rise again. You are the testimony that what was broken can be rebuilt stronger than before. You are the living proof that when one dares to say yes to God's call, all of heaven moves in their favor. Be assured that I am not transforming you simply to live differently, but to live greater, broader, and fuller of meaning. You will no longer hide in small rooms, but will be brought into the light to bear witness to many. You will no longer remain silent in empty conversations, but will speak words that give life. You will no longer endure in darkness, but will carry light into the shadowed places. You are called to step into a new position, to begin a new chapter, to become a bearer of hope for this generation. I affirm that you are ready. Do not think you lack anything. Do not think you must wait until perfection to step in. You are enough even now, for my grace covers what you lack. My love fills the gaps where you are unfinished, and my power will lift you higher than the limits you once knew. Therefore, walk forward with courage. Open your heart wide to receive what is new. Believe that I go before you to prepare the way behind you, to protect, and beside you to accompany. You are not alone. You never have been, and you never will be. My beloved child, step into this new season with all your faith. Do not hesitate, do not delay, do not look back. Everything that is past is complete. Every tear you have sown has watered the seed that is now sprouting, and now the harvest is drawing near. You will see the fruit of faith, of patience, of hope. You will look back and know that no tear was wasted, no prayer was in vain, and no waiting was without purpose. All of it has led you to this moment, the moment you stand in the light and freedom and in the confirmation that you are the chosen one. I tell you now, this is no longer the time for hesitation or delay. You have walked through seasons of waiting, endured trials by fire, been taught through silence and through tears. Everything you have endured was not meaningless, for it has prepared you for this appointed time. This is the moment to shake off the remaining chains, to lay down burdens that no longer belong to you, and to rise in the calling that was marked for you from the very beginning. I have not called you to remain in darkness, but to shine as light. I did not create you to simply exist, but to carry a divine mission. Child, there are things you have clung to, believing they gave you safety, but in truth they only kept you bound in old cycles. Relationships that drained you, fears that silenced you, memories that broke you. These were invisible cords binding your steps. You grew so accustomed to being restrained that you forgot you were free. But today I declare you are no longer chained. Those cords have been cut by my hand. You do not need to fear the past repeating itself, for I have made all things new. As it is written in 2 Corinthians 5:1-7, therefore if anyone is in Christ, he is a new creation. The old has gone, the new has come. You are made new, and you are stepping into a chapter I have already written for you. I have called you to step out of your comfort zone. I did not design you to remain seated in ease, but to face challenges with faith. There will be times when you tremble, but in that trembling I will give you strength. There will be moments when you feel insufficient, but in that lack, my grace will abound. I have not called you because you are perfect, but because you are willing, and your willingness is the key to enter this new season. Do not wait until you think you have everything in order, for if you had all you needed, you would have no need for faith. And I want you to live by faith, not by sight. Leave the past to rest. Do not let old wounds dictate how you see your future. Do not let bitter words once spoken hold you back. Do not let yesterday's betrayal make you doubt tomorrow's love. All of it has ended, and it remains only as lessons to make you stronger. I have changed you, and this change cannot be undone. You are no longer the fragile one of the past. You are now one who carries fire, a soul refined, a warrior of light. Do not fear being set apart from the crowd. Do not worry when the path I lead you on looks different from others. I did not call you to blend in, but to stand out. I did not call you to repeat, but to pioneer. And so you will see yourself different, and that difference is not a burden, but an honor. You have been placed in the right place at the right time, to be the forerunner of something new. When others turn back, you will move forward. When others stay silent, you will speak. When others cower, you will hold faith. For it is that courage which will make the difference. My child, calling is not an abstract idea. It is reality, it is responsibility. It is the mission I have placed in your hands. You do not live just to survive today, but to lay foundations for tomorrow. You do not live only to prove you can rise again, but to help others rise with you. You do not live only to find healing for yourself, but to be an instrument of healing for many. This is why you have endured what you endured, that you might learn compassion, that you might learn to uphold, that you might learn to love with sincerity. And now those very experiences will become the guiding light for many other souls. I have gone ahead to prepare the way. I have placed angels around you to protect. I have prepared everything needed so that as you step in, you will lack nothing. You do not need to worry about how it will unfold, for your steps are already written into my plan. All you need is to trust and obey. And as you do, you will see doors open with ease, blessings overflow, and peace cover you. This is not the time to turn back, but to advance. This is not the time to fear, but to trust. This is not the time to doubt, but to say yes. You have waited long enough. All of heaven is waiting for you to take your place, and I declare to you, you will not only enter, but you will enter with glory, with light, with the roar of a soul set free. My beloved child, I want you to look back on the journey you have walked and see clearly that everything I allowed to happen was part of your preparation. Not a single day was wasted, not a single tear was meaningless. Every step you took, every wound you carried, every moment you thought you could not go on, all of it became the foundation stones for today. I know you once asked, "Why must I suffer so much?" But hear me, child, it was in those very days that I was silently teaching you how to stand firm. I was shaping your will, molding your heart, and forging your faith. Without those trials, you would not be strong enough now to hold the blessings I am about to pour out. Do not despise the lessons of suffering. You have learned that not everyone's words are genuine. You have learned that not every door should be opened, and not every path leads to life. You have learned how to discern between true light and false light, between love that is sincere and love that pretends. This very discernment will be your compass, so that you will not lose your way in the seasons ahead. Had you not known betrayal, you would not recognize true loyalty. Had you not endured silence, you would not treasure my voice. Had you not felt loneliness, you would not understand that my presence alone is enough for your soul. Remember those moments when you thought you had been abandoned. You knelt in prayer with no answer, lifted your eyes to heaven, and asked, "Where are you?" But even in that silence, I was there. I covered you, I kept you, I shielded you from what you could not see. There were battles fought in the unseen realm, and I fought them for you. Without my protection, the enemy would have harmed you long ago. But I stood between you and the invisible arrows. I covered you with my mighty hand, and that is why you are still standing today, stronger, deeper, and more prepared than ever. Never forget, this preparation was not for your sake alone, but for those who will be touched through your life. There are souls longing for proof that God still moves. There are hearts searching for a spark of hope not to give up, and you will be their answer. I have used your journey as a living letter, your scars as words, your victories as punctuation, your tears as ink. When you share your story, it will not just be memory, but power to strengthen the weary. You will be the evidence that light always overcomes darkness, that love is stronger than betrayal, that grace is greater than every failure. I declare to you now, you are ready. Do not let doubt make you falter. Do not let memories of the past convince you that you are not enough. You are enough not by your own strength, but by me. My grace is sufficient for you. My love is the foundation that keeps you steady. My power is the source that will not let you fall. Do not think you must be perfect to be used. I use the weak to confound the strong. I use those who were once overlooked to display my glory. You are the vessel I have chosen, and I have never made a mistake in my choosing. The preparation is complete. You no longer need to wait as you once did. A new season has opened, and every sign confirms it. You will see doors once shut now swing open with ease. You will see the right people cross your path at the right moment. You will see provision come from places you never expected. All these things are proof that I am leading you into a new journey, one where you will not fight in your own strength but in mine. Trust, walk forward, and know this: you cannot fail when I am the one guiding your steps. My beloved child, cast off every last fear. Lift your head high and walk forward with courage. You are not stepping into uncertainty, but into a plan already set in place. You are not walking into the unknown, but into a promise sealed before the foundation of the world. This is the moment where everything you have learned, everything you have endured, will be used to write the new chapter, and you will see with clarity that no trial was wasted, for they have brought you exactly to where you need to be today. I say to you, the time for silence has ended, the season of hiding is over. You have been refined, prepared, and taught in the fire and through tears. And now I proclaim you are ready. There is no longer reason to doubt yourself. There is no reason to tremble at the past. There is no reason to bow under shame. Lift your head, for my glory rests upon you, and the world will see it. You no longer need to prove your worth, for it is already sealed by me. You no longer need to beg to be seen, for I have positioned you where you cannot be hidden. As you step into this new season, new challenges will await, but they are not meant to crush you. They are meant to prove the strength I have placed within you. You will see doors open that you once never dared to dream of. You will encounter people who bring support you never imagined. You will witness provision from sources you never expected. None of these things are by chance. They are orchestrated by my hand. I have gone before you. I am with you now, and I will come behind to guard you. You may hear voices of opposition, whispers of doubt, glances of suspicion, but do not let them shake you. Their words do not define you. Only my voice confirms who you are. I call you chosen. I call you light in the darkness. I call you a victor, a carrier of hope. And when I have called, no one can cancel it. As Romans 8:3-1 declares, if God is for us, who can be against us? Etch this truth into your heart. No power, no person, no circumstance can stand against the plan I have ordained for you. Know this: your calling is not only to change your own life, but to impact many others. Some souls will be set free through your voice. Some families will be healed through the love you sow. Some generations will be lifted because of your faithfulness. You do not live only for yourself, but for those who have yet to meet you, who will be touched through your life. And for this reason I will give you strength enough to carry the mission. Do not fear that you are too small, for it is in your smallness that my power is revealed in fullness. Do not delay. Do not ask if you are enough, for I have already given you all you need. Do not wait for the approval of others, for my affirmation is sufficient. Do not look back with regret, for you cannot carry both past and future. This is the time to step forward. This is the time to say yes completely. This is the time to be a living witness of my love and power. I know you still tremble. But remember, courage does not mean the absence of fear. It means walking forward even when fear is present. And as you walk, fear will fade, because my presence will be your strength with every step. I will make you like a tree planted by streams of water, ever green, ever fruitful in season, its leaves never withering. You will no longer be swept by the winds of life, for your roots are anchored in me. And nothing can shake a soul whose foundation is laid upon solid rock. Remember, this calling is not a burden but an honor. You were chosen not because you are perfect, but because I see in you a heart willing to yield. You were chosen not to live for yourself, but to be an instrument of love. You were chosen not to be bound in fear, but to rise as a warrior of light. Embrace this calling with all your heart, for it will become your joy, your peace, and your strength. Therefore I affirm to you once again, you are ready. You are not late. You are not left behind. You are in the right place at the right time in the right moment. This is the hour heaven has been waiting for. This is the season when my faithfulness will be revealed fully over you. Walk forward, trust, and know that I go with you. There is no path you will step upon where I am not present. There is no trial you will face without my support behind you. There is no tear you will shed that I do not wipe away, and there is no victory you will gain that I do not bless with a smile. My child, even now you are standing on the threshold of a new era in your life. The shadows of yesterday have receded, and the brilliance of light is shining before you. I tell you, all the preparation, all the trials, all the hidden prayers, they are converging now to open the season of fulfillment. You have walked rugged paths, yet your steps were not wasted. They carried you here. You sowed in tears, and now the harvest of joy is near. Not a tear has been ignored, not a pain has been wasted, for each has become a seed for a glorious harvest. I want you to recognize the value of your journey. There were times you blamed yourself thinking, if you had been stronger, you would not have fallen. If you had been wiser, you would not have been wounded. But I tell you truthfully, even what you saw as failure was woven into my plan. For it is in weakness that my power is made perfect. It was in your falling that you learned to cling to me. It was in your helplessness that you discovered my strength as the sure foundation. Do not be ashamed of the scars. They are no longer marks of weakness, but testimony that you overcame. This new season you enter is not by chance. It was written long ago in my book. You were preserved through the long nights, not merely to survive, but to rise now as living proof of my faithfulness. I want others to see in you that God does not abandon His children. I want them to see that what has fallen can be rebuilt, what seemed lost can be restored, what once was ashes can become beauty. You are the living letter I write to this generation, the testimony that I still move, still love, and still work miracles. I know this may feel like a weight on your shoulders. You think yourself too small to carry such a mission. But remember, I do not seek perfection. I seek a willing heart. It is your readiness that I require. I have chosen those despised by the world to do great things. I have chosen the weak to reveal strength. I have chosen the overlooked to bring them forward. And you, my precious one, are one of them. You are not a random choice, you are a deliberate choice made before you were born. As you step into this new season, you will see change not only in your personal life, but in the atmosphere around you. Old relationships will give way to divine connections. Doors once shut will open gently before you. Desires you thought could never be fulfilled will come as gifts. This is not luck, it is the fulfillment of promise. As Psalm 3:7-4 declares, "Delight yourself in the Lord, and He will give you the desires of your heart. You have chosen me, and now you will see my faithfulness in giving what is fitting, lasting, and unstealable." Prepare your heart, for what you are about to step into will not only transform you, but impact many. You will become the answer to prayers lifted long ago. You will be the light to souls still in darkness. You will be the bridge for hearts that thought hope was gone. This is why I preserved you through every storm, because I need you for this mission. And you will never walk it alone, for my hand will guide you, my word will direct you, and my spirit will strengthen you each day. My beloved child, do not fear that you will ruin what I am giving you. This blessing does not depend on your perfection, but on my faithfulness. All I ask is that you keep a pure heart, focused eyes, and willing hands. I will take care of the rest. Walk each day in faith, and you will see wide fields of blessing open before you. Be confident that every seed sown in faithfulness will spring forth, and in its season you will reap with joy. This is not a fragile beginning, but a divine unveiling already appointed. This is not a start you created for yourself, but a beginning born of my hand. You have passed through the night, and now you step into dawn. You have endured the fire, and now you shine as pure gold. You have wept through sorrow, and now you will reap joy. Enter this new season with full assurance, for I declare to you, you have been positioned for this moment, and you will see my glory revealed in your life as never before. My beloved, engrave this truth upon your heart: you never walk alone. Every step you take rests under my providence. When you look ahead and the road seems long, do not fear, for I have gone before you to prepare the way. When you glance behind and feel the shadows chasing, rest assured, for I am behind you to shield. When you pause, weary and worn, I am beside you to lift you up. There is no moment on your journey where I am absent. Even if you reach the ends of the earth, my hand would still be there to uphold you. I have promised never to leave you, nor forsake you. This promise is not a temporary comfort, but the foundation upon which you may build your trust. The world may change, people may fail their word, but I do not. When I call you chosen, no one can undo it. When I decree you will rise, no force can hinder it. When I declare you will be restored, no power can steal that restoration. My word is as unshakable as the heavens and the earth, and my love will never fade. I know doubts still whisper within you. At times you think blessing belongs to others, not to you. At times you wonder, am I worthy of such greatness? But hear me, you do not receive because of human worthiness, but because I appointed you by grace. You are not blessed because you are flawless, but because I love you. That love has covered every weakness, compensated every lack, and redeemed every mistake. So stop condemning yourself and learn to receive. Blessing is not something you must fight to win. It is my gift to you. I call you to live in peace. Peace does not come when everything around you is easy, but from my presence within you. Even when storms rage, your heart can rest, for you know the one seated on the throne rules over all. Even when the world is in turmoil, your soul can stand firm, for you know I hold the future. Even when you face adversity, you can still sing praise, for you know I work all things together for your good. I tell you this, you are called not only to receive blessing, but to become a blessing to many. You are a river carrying living water to parched lands. You are a lamp shining in darkened rooms. You are the salt that gives flavor to a fading world. And when you live true to this calling, your joy will overflow. True happiness does not come from what you keep, but from what you give. The more you sow, the more you receive. The more you share, the more you overflow. This is the eternal principle of my kingdom. Do not worry about whether you are capable. I did not choose you for your skill, but for your heart. I do not seek perfect vessels, but surrendered ones. And I have seen in you a heart longing to walk in truth. This is why I chose you. Everything you need to fulfill this mission already lies within you. Only believe and move forward. When you open your mouth, I will put words upon your lips. When you stretch out your hand, I will place power in your actions. When you take a step, I will set protection around your path. My child, know this. The journey ahead is not about finding your identity, but about living out the identity already given in me. You do not need to prove you are enough. You need only to live as one already approved. You do not need to strive to become you already are. You are a child of light. You are positioned. You are a masterpiece in my hands. Live as who you truly are, and the world will see the difference. This is the season where promise turns to fulfillment. This is the season where tears turn into laughter. This is the season where what seemed lost will be restored in abundance. Receive it all with a grateful heart, for everything coming to you now is proof of my everlasting faithfulness. My beloved child, I speak to you this final confirmation. Your season of preparation is complete, and you are stepping into the season of fulfillment. All that you have endured, the silent nights, the hidden cries, the unanswered questions, were only the prelude to the song of victory I am about to sing over your life. Every wound that once threatened to destroy you has now become a radiant scar, proof that you survived and were held in my hand. You are no longer merely one who walked through trials. You are a conqueror, one sent forth, a living testimony that light always triumphs over darkness. From this day on, walk with courage and faith. Let your voice resound like a trumpet announcing the dawn of a new beginning. Let your life reflect my love and faithfulness like a mirror shining with brilliance. You do not need to strive to be seen, for the light within you will shine on its own. You do not need to fight for validation, for I am the one who validates. You do not need to defend yourself against lies, for the truth I reveal will be your shield. From now on, every step you take will bear a sacred mark, for you are no longer living for yourself alone, but as a vessel through which my fire and my light will spread. Do not fear when you see the enemy lurking still. They may whisper, they may scheme, They may try to plant doubt in your heart. But know this, they no longer hold power. Every chain has been broken. Every prison door has been opened. Every wall built by lies has fallen. You are free, and this freedom cannot be stolen. Even when you hear the noise of opposition, remember, it is only the faint echo of an already defeated foe. You are covered by the blood of the Lamb, and no force can touch you while I am your defender. Now you are no longer the product of the past, but the promise of the future. You are no longer the shadow of betrayal, but the light of healing. You are no longer abandoned, but placed in your rightful position within my divine plan. I have rearranged every piece of your life, and now the greater picture is revealed. You will see every sorrow become a stepping stone to glory. You will see every loss open into doors of abundance. You will see every delay as the shield that preserved you for the best in its perfect time. Prepare to be a living testimony. Many will look at you and wonder, asking how you stood firm after so much. And you will smile, for the answer lies not in your strength but in me. You will tell them, I was upheld by the hand of the Almighty. I was lifted by His grace. I was saved by a love that never changes. Your testimony will not only echo in small conversations but reach distant places you have never stepped into. For I will make your life a flame, and that flame will spread far and wide. Believe this is only the beginning. I did not bring you here to stop, but to continue walking. The light you carry is not just for today, it will grow brighter for tomorrow. My promises over you are not confined to one season. They stretch across your lifetime. I have destined you for a future full of hope, an eternal inheritance, and a legacy for generations to come. Every step you take now will open the path for those who follow, and your footprints will become the foundation for a steadfast generation. My beloved, close the past with gratitude and open the future with expectation. Do not look back in regret, for what lies behind has nothing left to give you. Do not bow your head in shame, for you have been cleansed by precious blood. Do not hesitate in fear, for I have given you a spirit of power, love, and sound mind. Lift your head high, stride in the light, and proclaim with your very life that God is still at work. This is your moment. This is your season. This is my confirmation to you. You are chosen, you are sent, and you are perfectly placed in my divine plan. Therefore go and do not fear. Angels walk beside you. Heaven rejoices over your obedience. And I, the one who began this good work in you, will carry it on to completion. You will not lose your way, for my light will always guide you. You will not fall, for my hand will always uphold you. You will not be alone, for my love will always surround you. And one day when you look back, you will see that every step bore my imprint, and every promise was fulfilled in full. Thank you for receiving this word today. Subscribe and turn on the notification bell so we may walk together in the living word, building unshakable faith and living in the boundless love of God. Amen.